Alright, welcome to my Ruby Shadows skin review and gameplay. So this is the skin that everyone wants because it's absolutely free. If you play on PC, you can get it for free in the item shop. Just go down to the very bottom to limited time offers. Go all the way to the right next to Shadow Pickaxe Pack, and it should be down there for free. Now, of course, I'm on console. I'm on the PS5 right now, and you may be wondering, well, how did you get it if it's only exclusive to PC? And I did a video showcasing a link that you can click, and basically it buys it from the PC Epic Store, and then you get the challenges, and there's the skin. But they keep disabling the link, so I'm not sure if either of the links I posted on my old videos still work. So try it out. If it doesn't work, I apologize, but they keep disabling it. Now, if you can't get it for free, it will be coming to the item shop eventually. I don't know the price, but you will be able to get it like that if you want. So once you purchase the pack, you get challenges, and they're pretty easy. You have to outlast opponents, you have to play 5 matches with friends, and you have to deal damage. That's it. And once you complete all those, you get the skin, and for each challenge you complete, you also get an accessory. So packs like these are my absolute favorite because you pretty much get a full combo. The only thing that's missing is a contrail and a wrap. So most of you probably have a shadow wrap. I have 3 of them. There's Array here, there's Contrast, and then there's this one, Shadow Angular Shift. So I'm not really sure which one suits best. They're all pretty much decent. So I'm going to put one of each on each weapon, and we're going to see which one looks best. So as for the skin, it's pretty much 100% just a carbon copy of the original skin Ruby. So as you can see, when I swap back and forth, everything is 100% the same, except for the color scheme. Obviously in this one she's red and a little bit of black, and in this one she's just completely black and white. And then of course the eyes turn zombie-like. And she's got a logo on her hat now. Well, she has a little bit of a logo right there, but on this one, that still remains, and she gets that thing on the front of the hat. So pretty much a carbon copy other than she turned shadow. So I personally love shadow characters. I know a lot of people dislike them because they're not that much different than their original, and they're pretty boring because they're just black and white. And even my son, when he redeemed this pack, he thought he already had this skin. He thought it was this one, the Shadow Scully skin. He said, I already have that. I was like, dude, it's not that, it's a different one. But that's how plain they look, because they're pretty much all the same. They all have the same color scheme. There's not much difference to them other than the character model, but that's what I like. I love the Shadow series skins. Now the back bling is the same. It's identical to her original one, including the headset right there, and it's just black and white. The pickaxe, again, is the same. Everything is just a carbon copy of her default accessories. And unfortunately, she has some bad accessories. The back bling, not the best. The pickaxe is very plain, and the glider is just like a kite. So nothing great about these, except they're in shadow and they match pretty well. So let's check her out in game real quick, and we'll see how she plays. Alright, so here's the Sky Shadow Glider. It's got a nice deploy. Let's do that again. So there's no contrail when you're just not moving. You can see a little bit of ripple in the top of the glider, which is cool. Let's press forward. So you've got 2 almost like jet streams that come off. It's clearly noticeable. Let's try going backwards. Nope, you lose the contrail when you go backwards. Here's left and right and forward again. So this would probably look a lot better at night. I'll have to showcase that when it turns nighttime. Not too bad though. Like I said, just very plain. But I'm sure it glows significantly in the dark. Alright, so it's almost nighttime, so let's check her out in the daylight first. So you can see that the back bling, and then her bottom right leg, and then the pickaxe all have that nice and bright white effect. I really enjoy that. And hopefully that looks 10 times better in the dark. So let me just spin her around here. So she doesn't have quite as much of that bright white on as some of the other shadow characters. But you can see when she lifts her feet up, the underside of her feet are completely white as well. And the stripes down her jacket are completely white. I love that. Her hat and her eyes also have the white effect. Let me do tippy tap real quick. So here's a better glimpse at everything. Not too shabby. So here's the pickaxe pull-out noise. Let's see if there's a contrail. Yeah, you get a little bit of a white contrail there. How about a splash? No, there's no splash effect. but you can see just how bright that white is even during the day. Let's do a wrap check. So here's the one on the AR. See, this one's pretty good. I think I like this one best. Here's the one on the shotgun. Let me do a reload. So I'm not a big fan of the pattern on this one. I much prefer this. Here's the SMG one. This one has a lot of gray in it. And she doesn't really have any gray. It's just black and white. So I prefer this one, where the animation comes at you. This one's more like a ringed animation. I don't know. They all probably work pretty well, but I much prefer this first one. Here we go. I'll do tippy tap here in a second as well. So you can see just how bright that becomes. Let me spin her around. Yeah, look at that. Now, unfortunately, she does stick out quite a bit. And again, the underside of her feet also. Here's the pickaxe at night. You can definitely notice that contrail a lot more. Here's the wraps again. Here's number 1, number 2, and number 3. Better 1 or 2. Better 1 or 2. 2 or 3. 2 or 3. Okay. All right, let's check out the glider one more time. So this should be way more noticeable here. Let's take a peek. Yes, for sure. Look how bright that is. Even the underside. And the contrail, of course, is a little more noticeable. Just that slipstream effect right there. So there you go. That is the Ruby Shadow skin. Like I said, her accessories are a little bland, but the fact that they shadowized all of them makes it pretty sweet. The only thing missing really is a contrail. Now, the only bad part about this skin being free for PC players is that it basically turns into a, quote, noob skin. So even the worst of players that never buys a skin will be able to get this for free on PC, and thus how it gets the name the noob skin. We had this same thing way back when Fortnite first came out. They offered a PS4 exclusive skin, and it was just everywhere. I'm sure you're going to see this popping up in lobbies all over the place, because why run a default skin if you don't have any other skins? Why run a default when you can run an actual skin that you acquired for free? So in that regard, it is kind of disappointing because you're just going to see it so often and you're probably going to get sick of it and you likely won't want to run it yourself. But it's a good skin for sure. I, for one, like it better than the original Ruby, but that's just me. Like I said, I love the shadow effect. And you wouldn't believe how many people got mad at me in the comments because I helped people on console get this. This skin is coming to the item shop, but PC players were mad at me for helping people get this skin on console. They wanted it to be exclusive to PC only. Now, in a perfect world, I actually would have enjoyed that because then I would have known exactly when I'm up against a PC player. Right now, the only way for me to tell is if they edit and build really good or if they have some PC exclusive squiggly marks in their name or random characters that you can't get on console. But I think it would have been pretty sweet to know, hey, that's a Ruby Shadow skin, that's a PC player. That's actually a disadvantage for the PC player because I wouldn't personally engage them. Being on console, heck no. I'm not fighting any PC player. But it doesn't work like that because tons of console players got it as well. But like I said, it is coming to the item shop, so everyone will have a chance to get this, but it won't be for free anymore. So there you go. That's my Ruby Shadows review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator Code, which is tabortime.